Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Hummel, the Tier 6 German SPG. This one's located on the southeast spawn of Pearl River, and it's under the command of talon1958, and this is the first submission for the weekly contest to win the weekend lie-in. Now, 2 marks on the barrel, and it's a stock gun, which makes it much more accurate, and it's got a much better trajectory than the top gun. Doesn't fire quite as far, but it is a very much preferred howitzer to use. In fact, I do use it myself in preference to the top gun. The Arty is based on the Panzer Mark III, the Panzer III, and the Panzer IV Hull. It's got running gear from both of them. Oh, enemy tank in sight. He fires a quick round in, and he does splash the Wizzy 131 and got him stopped in his tracks. I think he tracked him, and he picked up some stun assist off that one immediately afterwards. He's almost loaded, ready to fire again. If he does get a shot on target, oh, well, he won't be taking the Wizzy 131 out because the Cromwell B just got him. But the second shot goes in and hits a BZ58 rather, and behind him's a T20. The T20 would be the tank to go for by preference because it's got less armor than the BZ58. So he wants to try and hit the tank with less armor. He's marked it at the moment. Rounds out. Yes, he does get a hit with, well, against the rock face actually, but it still splashes the T20 for 72 hit points. Now, you may have noticed he's changing position, and with good reason. A T-37 light tank on the enemy team has managed to make his way all the way over near to our cap area, and he's being spotted and attacked and stalked at this moment by the E-25, and the Super Hellcats are going after him as well. It's a good job he moved because he did get spotted. The T-37 died to the VK-3001P, but that means Talon's still going to be spotted until about now. So the enemy doesn't know where he is now. Oh, now the next target's going to be a VK-3601H or that T-20 again. T-20 just got tracked. Rounds out. Another direct hit. 111 hit points this time. He's changing position just in case the enemy Arty was tempted to fire on that spot. He's also getting closer to the enemy tanks in the heavy tank alley, and again, this is another smart move because the closer you are to a big group of enemy tanks, the more enemy tanks you can hit with each shot. But he might be a little too close to those buildings. Oh no, he can get the shell up over the top. That's the great thing about the Gorilla gun. It's which is of course the Tier 5 Arty. It does have the ability to shoot up over targets. And he hits the Super Hellcat for 211 hit points. The alpha of the stock gun is 480, and it's got a penetration of 38mm of armor. If you were able to lob the shell up over the top into the top armor on a Super Hellcat, you would do a huge amount of damage to them. Now, you could say he is getting incredibly close to the enemy now. But another good reason for him doing this is that there are enemy tanks heading towards his cap area, and he needs to keep closer to his teammates to avoid getting killed. He fires a round to splash kill the VK-3002M, and that's his first kill of the game. He only needed to land the shell near the VK, and it was a goner. So he splashed him out of existence, but right down at the end here, we've got a KV-2 and he's full health. So that could be a bit of a problem. Now, he's re-aiming to see if he can get a shot back on his own cap area or nearby, because there are enemy tanks. There's a Jagdpanzer IV. He fires one in, but unfortunately it's a little too late. The Jagdpanzer IV went behind that rock, thinking he would find Talon behind there. But of course, Talon knows where his W key is, and that means he's able to move about the map. And that's what makes it so funny, because the enemy go looking for him and they can't find him. He's not where they're expecting him to be. But Talon can find them. Rounds out. Direct hit. 207 hit points. That Jagdpanzer IV must be saying, where the hell is the Arty? Well, now he's finding out that, yep, he misplayed this one. He didn't take into account the fact that Talon can move about the map. Okay, Talon's trying to work out where he can get a shot. I think he's probably going to ignore that KV2 down at the far end and actually head nearer to the Tiger P and the KV2 on his own team. I think that KV2 on the enemy team, right down at the far end there, he's decided he's not going to play in the battle. I'd hate for him to come out right now and turn around and prove me wrong. But, yep, Talon's going to follow his teammates. You can see the KV2 on her own team was actually watching just in case the enemy KV2 decided to make an appearance. But now he said he's got an Arty behind him. He's quite happy because it means now he can focus on getting the enemy tanks. And we're now looking at that KV58, BZ58. And the KV2 on the enemy team, Drug Addictive Flame, has now drowned himself. Oh dear. That's kind of disappointing. Seems he didn't want to take part in the battle. The only enemy left is now the Arty, and that's the enemy Hummel as well. Now, I suspect he might be. Yes, he is behind the enemy cap, but Talon is actually aiming for him, trying to lead shot onto the target. Unfortunately, the Hummel's moved too quickly, but can he get another shot in here? Rounds out, he fires in. He splashes him for 126. It was a good shot. If the guy kept moving in a straight line, he would have got a direct hit and wiped him out altogether. But the finishing shot comes from the Super Hellcat, and that's the end of the game. Well, despite the fact that Talon didn't get a chance to get a huge amount of damage on the enemy, he still managed to get a second-class tanker out of that game, a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6, and he got a Confederate as well because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, despite the fact that he actually got a kill, and his win rate was 1,613, which is good, very good indeed. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the BZ-58 on the enemy team, who actually picked up a high caliber for 2,963, so he must be enjoying his brand new tank in the game. The second highest damage turned out to be the E25 on our team, the Cockroach. 1,861 hit points went to him, and the Cromwell B was the third highest rather, with 1,811. Talon's a little way down the table with 1,014, but he's only one of 2 players who actually managed to get a medal in this game. The other one being the enemy heavy, who actually did end up with the high caliber. 1,014 is a respectable score. As you can see here, only 5 members of his own team actually managed to get over 1,000 hit points in damage. And on the enemy team, it was only 3 players managed to get over 1,000. When it came to kills, the high score again was the E25 and the Cromwell B. They both got 3 kills apiece. And the only other member on the enemy team who actually managed to get more than 1 kill was their VK3601H. He got 2 kills. And Talon only got the 1, unfortunately. But at least it means he got a kill in the game. And it was that VK3002M. And he got it with a splash kill, which is just as good, because it means he was attacking an enemy. He couldn't strike directly, but he could land a shell next to him to finish him off. When it came to base XP, he's a little further down the table, but the high scorer goes to the Cromwell B with 1,053. The E25 managed 990, and then we've got the Cromwell B with 664, the SP1C with 657, and then we've got Talon with 627. So he's in the top 5 on XP. When it came to shots fired, he fired 9, got 4 direct hits, but no penetrations and 10 splash. So he didn't get a huge number of shots off. Normally you'd expect in a Hummel on a standard game to get at least between 11 and 13 shots off. So you can see he was restricted by the fact that he did have to move to get out of the way of that enemy T-37. And of course, to maneuver himself in such a way that he can get shots on the enemy whilst also firing back at his own cap area. He got 1,014 hit points. All of it was at more than 300 meters. Damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1. So there's the Confederate. 833 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 37,178 credits from the game, 50,000 for mission completion, and 87,178 credits altogether. After ammunition resupply, standard ammo, so it's fairly cheap, 82,633 credits profit. 25 bonds for mission achievement or mission completion in the day, 940 XP, times 2 for the first victory, 1,881 experience points altogether. As he says, this is not a bad start to the week. In fact, it's a very good start to the week because it sets the standard at a second class and a Confederate. You've got to get, under the rules of the competition, you've got to get either the same, a better mastery class than your competitor, which of course in this case is Angelina75, or if you both got the same classification, then you've got to get a medal, and if you get more than one medal, then of course you've got to try and match the number of medals. If one gets more medals than the others, then they're going to win. But if they're equal number of medals, then it goes down to the win 8. Who's got the better win 8 out of those? So he's set a very good standard to start with, but we'll see, because Angelina has sent in a replay already. Yes, she's. It is quite late in the week, and they've just got their computer back on again because I think they had some problems with the weather. But she has sent me in a replay, so let's see if Angelina's able to beat Talon in the next video. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.